The Ravens are about to make a huge mistake and could wreck their chances in 2025. Trading Mark Andrews? That's just not an option. He's the guy who keeps the offense alive, the player who makes Lamar Jackson look even better. If they go through with it, everything could fall apart fast. Want to know why the Ravens absolutely can't mess this up? Stick around till the end because this situation is way more serious than you think. When you talk about the Ravens offense, Mark Andrews is a piece that makes everything click. From day one, he's been the go-to guy when it matters most. The reliable target ready to make those clutch catches. He's not just any tight end. He's a silent leader who keeps the whole offense running smoothly and turns ordinary plays into game changers. Sure, 2024 had its ups and downs for Andrews, but he's still the offense's main weapon. His knack for finding open spots in defenses and holding on to the ball under pressure makes him Lamar's absolute favorite target. Without him on the field, the team loses a big part of its confidence and flow. Two things you need when facing the league's toughest defenses. What makes Andrews even more valuable is his chemistry with Lamar. You don't find connections like theirs every day. They seem to communicate with just a glance, leaving defenses totally lost. Taking Mark out of this offense would be risky, especially when the team needs stability to fight for championships. And then there's the strategy behind it all. If the Ravens really believe they can go deep this season, it makes no sense to give up one of their biggest offensive weapons. Andrews is the kind of player you don't find on every roster. Someone who steps up in the playoffs and can be the difference maker in a Super Bowl run. But, of course, some folks argue trading him could be a way to start fresh. You can't ignore it. The talk about trading Mark Andrews has been buzzing in NFL circles. Since last season ended, it's been a hot topic in locker rooms and media rooms alike, with analysts debating what's best for the team. After that tough playoff loss to the Bills, where Andrews didn't quite make the impact everyone hoped for, some started questioning if he's still the right guy for the Ravens. Rumors like this mess with the locker room vibe and the players' mindset. Nobody likes feeling like they're replaceable, especially after everything Andrews has done for Baltimore. He's always been a quiet leader and a respected teammate, and now he has to deal with whispers that could shake even the most seasoned pro. This kind of uncertainty is the last thing you want when prepping for a big season. The noise only got louder after the draft, with some experts suggesting now might be the perfect time for the Ravens to get some draft picks in exchange. Others even said a trade could be a smart long-term move, clearing salary cap space and adding new pieces. But does that really make sense for a team still hungry to compete for a title? At the same time, Ravens management knows these moves need to be carefully thought out. It's not just about numbers or contracts. It's about keeping the team competitive and tight-knit. The risk of trading a player like Andrews is huge, and Baltimore looks ready to hold on to him through the final year of his contract. But it's not just a contract. The whole on-field chemistry could get thrown off if they pull the trigger on this trade. On the field, Mark Andrews does way more than just catch passes and score touchdowns. He's a guy who steps up, motivates the team, and makes the offense run like clockwork. Lamar Jackson trusts him completely, and their connection is something very few teams ever get to see. Together, they form a force that makes any defense nervous. Trying to picture the Ravens' offense without Andrews is like trying to drive a car without an engine. He's the balance point for Lamar and the whole receiving group. Without him, defenses can zero in on other targets and turn up the heat on Lamar, making life way harder for everyone. That chemistry is the product of years of practice and teamwork. It doesn't just snap back overnight. Beyond the game, Andrews is a respected leader in the locker room. He might not be the loudest guy, but he leads by example, grinding in practice, giving everything on the field, and showing the younger players how it's done. Losing that kind of leadership during a critical stretch could throw the team off balance and cause more problems than it solves. That's why the decision to keep him goes way beyond talent. It's about keeping the team united, confident, and ready for whatever comes next. Taking away such an important player could shake the confidence of others and mess with the locker room mood. And when the goal is a Super Bowl, all that matters, chemistry, trust, leadership, weighs heavier than anything else. Even with promising players like Isaiah likely waiting in the wings, losing Andrews' immediate impact would be tough to replace.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, But before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
The Ravens have a clear plan for the tight end spot's future, and his name is Isaiah Likely. Since joining the team, Likely has flashed serious talent, showing impressive knack for finding open space and racking up yards after catch. He's seen as a natural successor to Mark Andrews, someone who can keep the position at a high level. But talent alone isn't enough. There's a big difference between potential and proven impact. Mark Andrews has already shown he can deliver in the biggest moments, especially when the team needed him most. Likely is still building that resume, and throwing him into the starting role too soon could be risky for a team that's dreaming Super Bowl. Another key point, the Ravens' offense is built to use two tight ends on the field at the same time. That flexibility makes their attack so dangerous. Putting Likely and Andrews together adds a whole new dimension that few defenses can handle. Trading Andrews now would mean giving up one of the team's biggest tactical weapons. So even though Likely is the future, the Ravens know keeping Andrews around is essential to keep the offense dynamic and unpredictable. Trading the number 89 now would be like tossing someone in the deep end before they learn to swim. That's why, despite all the talk about contracts and rebuilding, the team understands the present is just as important as the future. Now, let's get to the business side of things. Mark Andrews' contract. He's entering the final year of his deal, which naturally raises questions about what's next. Some say if the team isn't planning to re-sign him, maybe it makes sense to trade him now rather than risk losing him for nothing later. But it's not that simple. When you talk trades, market value matters big time. After a season that didn't quite meet expectations statistically, Andrews' trade value isn't as high as it could be. That means any deal right now might bring back less than he's truly worth. A bad move for a team that wants to stay at the top. Plus, trading him now could send the wrong message to the locker room, like the team's giving up on the season before it even starts. That's the last thing a group hungry for a championship needs. Showing faith in your core players builds strength, while a rush trade could tear everything apart. So the smartest move seems to be letting Andrews play out his last contract year and seeing how things shake out. If the team's competitive and in the hunt, he'll be a key piece. If not, then they can explore options later. Football changes fast, week by week. And while the Ravens look ahead, they know the present, with Mark Andrews, is still hugely valuable. Losing Mark Andrews in 2025 is simply not an option for the Ravens. He's more than a player. He's the heart and soul of the offense, and Lamar Jackson's perfect partner. Trading him now would mean giving up one of the team's best chances at a Super Bowl, and nobody wants to see that happen. What do you think? Will the Ravens keep Mark and go all in this season? Or is a trade coming that could shake up the whole team? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself. See you there, and until the next video, go Flock.